Taylor called and he says, I got this idea and you're gonna play the original Dutton who founded the Yellowstone Ranch in the 1880s.
It's like an original piece. You don't have to have ever seen Yellowstone to watch it because they're new characters going through a pretty remarkable journey.
It's a tale that's been told. It's a tale that we're all familiar with, the Oregon Trail. But it's never been done like Taylor has done it on the page.
Taylor's writing is poetry. It'll be something for everyone.
I mean, the writing is just really amazing.
The Duttons come from Tennessee originally.
Part of the storyline is, they were escaping poverty and looking for a better life. And I think there's more to it than that.
You don't strike me as a man who travels without a plan.
I got a plan.
When we started this project, it was written for Fort Worth in the 1880s. And Taylor Sheridan, who wrote it, wanted it to be shot here.
Of all the places I've filmed, Fort Worth is my favorite. Aside from the locations being fantastic and the city being extremely helpful, this area is my home.
Taylor's a stickler for authenticity, and so we wanted everything to be as authentic as possible.
So what our challenge was on this one was to bring it back to the 1880s. And look, it's a Western town. It's an amazing transformation, and a lot went into it just to bring it to this level. All of the buildings were painted appropriately, and modern features were taken away.
The magic is that the buildings really fit the correct time period, which was really a blessing.
So behind me is our livery stable. This is where you first kind of see James come into town. And when you see this and he pulls up here, you really get a feel for what it was like back in the 1880s.
For me, finding James Dutton, getting in the costume certainly helps with being in that space. So I like to get on set early and just really walk around and sort of just put yourself into that world. It was just so treacherous and so dangerous. James had already shot 6 guys, I think, that day before his family even arrives. He wasn't quite sure that he's made the right decision.
We've been on a train for I'm not even sure how long. Too long. We're ready to get off the train.
James really understands that he's put his family in a really terrible position.
I think we're all kind of wide-eyed, not sure what to expect. So there's a little bit of discovery, and I think the one thing that Margaret's most concerned about is, what is this going to do to my family? How is this going to affect our daughter?
Elsa and her family, after arriving into Fort Worth, go into the town and stay at a hotel. A drunk man stumbles into her room. He's gonna try to attack her. She fights for her life and screams and hollers. And it's the first time she's ever experienced something like that. Her father shoots and kills the man. And you see the worry and concern on her father's face after that. Is he doing the right thing?
It's not going to be an easy journey. That slaps us all in the face pretty quickly.
That's the moment that triggers him to know that he can't do this on his own.
The Pinkerton Agency goes way back. It is a factual, existing detective agency in the Old West. It's a wonderful set. The interior is one of my favorite sets. We get to see a lot of aspects of this set. It's an important part in our show.
James decides that he needs the help of Shay and Thomas's company. You need help, I'll give it.
I'll take it.
Right off the bat, there's a mutual respect. I mean, the reason they want James as part of their crew is they realize that I'm a capable person and that I could help them.
Shay is on a mission to get back to Oregon. And at the same time, he has something in him that wants to help these other people get there as well.
Joseph and the immigrants hire us to accompany them on their journey for protection. We know the terrain, we know the traps, we know what to look for.
Joseph is the only one who really speaks English, so he stands up and starts working as a translator and automatically becomes the leader of that group.
It's a harsh world. They're just grossly underprepared.
You ain't even got a pistol. No.
Against your religion?
Against our laws. Shay clearly faces the immigrants with a harsh reality.
Shay knows that the Oregon Trail is rife with hardship. This is a rattlesnake. A bite will kill you.
I think we're a little bit shocked about it because we've never heard of a rattlesnake. We've never seen a rattlesnake. I don't think they exist in Europe.
There's no question that, and a lot of them aren't going to make it.
Shay has his demons, You see that play out right from the very beginning.
He's a troubled man for a lot of different reasons. He loses his family in the beginning of it. And I think that's the biggest burden that he carries with him throughout the show. That kind of drives him to get to Oregon. Quite simply, to me, it's a story about this diverse group of people that came from far and wide, and fate has thrown them all together.
James becomes more invested in the people that we're trying to help as the journey goes on.
There's so many things that come into play. It's not just about wagons and riding horses.
It's exciting, but it's extremely dangerous, and it's never not going to be.
1883, Sundays at 8 on Paramount Network.